Wish you same, Ria. Hope the audio and video is fine with all of your students, okay?
Yes.
Since I need center of mass of the three particles, the coordinates are given to you 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 respectively. Students, I need to find out the center of mass of the system of three particles. Get me the coordinates fast. Can you give the coordinate?
Mass?
Pardon?
What are the masses? Wait.
Three particles of same mass. I haven't given that. Okay, three particles of same mass. Is anyone? Hope the question is clear to all of you all. Come on, Nishant, Ashmita, Akash, Mayank, Urvi, Priya, Shubh, Swapnil. Absolutely correct. Nishant has got the answer. Anybody else? Yes, Ashmita, you've got the answer. Ashmita, can you tell me how to go about with this? Ashmita, can you tell me how to go about? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Since M1, M2, and M3 are same, we'll let the masses be M only because all three masses are same.
Okay, so what's the formula for
So we'll
XCM and YCM?
XUM will be M into 1 plus M into 2 plus M into 3.
M1 X1 plus M2 X2 plus M3 X3 upon
M1 plus M2 plus M3.
Of course, जी देखो ये X1 Y1 है, ये X2 Y2 है और ये X3 Y3 है. These are the three masses given to us, three coordinates. और इसका फॉर्मूला क्या होगा? M1 Y1 plus M2 Y2 plus M3 Y3 upon M1 plus M2 plus M3. Are all the three masses same? Yes, all the three masses are same. So now when you substitute the value, students, mass तीनों का same है, students. यहाँ पे मैं M लिखूंगा. What exactly X1 I'm getting it as? X1 is 1, students. Plus M2 is also M. What exactly X2 is? 2. M3 is also M. And what exactly X3 will be 3. Upon what is the total mass? 3M. Likewise over here, M into what exactly Y1 is also 1. Y2 is 2. And Y3 is 3. Upon 3M. So now solving this, what exactly you get it? 3, 4, 5, and 1, 6. 6M by 3M.
6M upon 3.
and this is also 6m by 3m. So what's my answer will be 2, 2. If I want to write it in terms of vector, suppose मैंने ये vectors मैंने लिखा, अगर मैं ये vector लिखता हूँ students, तो ये क्या होगा? 2i and 2j. Is that clear? Students, is it clear to all of you all?
Yes, sir.
Can I erase it? Can I erase? Ria, is it clear to you, Ria? Ria, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Is it clear to you? Are you getting it? Are higher now so that I can erase it. What has happened to this batch, foundation batch 21-23? For last, I feel like that for last 3 to 4 sessions, it's like that it's going on. The reply is not at all. Huh? I'm not able to trace it. Is this the pattern you'll have it with all the other teachers also? Students? Because when you started off, it wasn't like that. I could feel it for last 3 to 4 sessions itself only. Hardly anybody is replying. At times when you text, in spite of your mic being on, you all text it. Where I can't see your text in that case because this goes in the chat room. Again, I have to go for the chats to watch it and all those things. Since I'm not on a computer where you have a chat history is coming on the right hand side, where I could read the chats on the spot and it's there. It goes away. I have no problems. I will not ask you whether written, not written, understood, not understood. I'll just go on throwing questions. If I'm not getting the answer, I'll solve it, I'll erase it. Now, that is a way of approach will be there. I have no problems working on in that manner also. Students, how many sessions do you have it in a week of physics? How many lectures you having it of physics in the week? Can you tell me? Anybody knows it properly? How many sessions? 3.
Yes, sir. Yours is 2 lecture and one more we have a Sachin sir's one. So 3 lectures.
Okay, fine. Okay, students, now please understand this part, okay? I'm giving you certain questions. Please, students, try to give answers and try to get it correct. Students, now this is a question given to you as students in an HCl molecule. Students, I'm giving you a molecule of hydrogen chloride, HCl molecule, students, okay? In HCl molecule, the separation between the nuclei of hydrogen and chlorine atom. Okay, separation between hydrogen nuclei and chlorine nuclei, okay, is 1.27 angstrom. So it's 1.27 angstrom. Okay, that's the distance between the nucleus. If mass of chlorine is, okay, mass of chlorine is 35.5 times that of hydrogen atom. Okay, mass of hydrogen. My question to you students, the center of mass of HCl molecule is. Students, hope the question is clear to all of you all. Is the question clear, students?
35.5 times hydrogen mass, right?
Yes, and that is what, of course, 35.5 times mass of hydrogen. I repeat, students, the given molecule is HCl. The separation between the nucleus of hydrogen and chloride nucleus of the two atoms is 1.27 angstrom. I need to find the center of mass of the system. If mass of chloride is 35.5 times the mass of hydrogen. Students, you can keep your answer in fraction. The answer is sunna. You can keep your answer in fraction. I don't want to solve entirely. Okay, you can keep your answer in fraction, doesn't matter. Yes, anyone? If you know the answer, rather than texting it, please you unmute yourself and give at the earliest so that things can move ahead as fast as possible. And I made it very clear, don't need to solve the entire, you can keep your answer in fractions if you're getting it. Find out center of mass of HCl molecule. That's a question asked. I'd given you the formula for center of mass for a rigid body we consider in a space. So to find out the position of center of mass RCOM, students, we got it as M1R1 plus M2R2 plus MNRN upon M1 plus M2 plus Mn we consider. And that RCOM is a position vector of the resultant of all the masses, which can be in terms of XCOM, YCOM, and ZCOM. So RCOM is actually XCOM, YCOM, ZCOM. XCOM is M1X1 plus M2X2 plus M3Xn upon M1 plus M2 up till Mn. Likewise for YCOM and for ZCOM also. Hence, one can also put down in terms of algebraic sum of Mi, Xi, I equal to 1 to I equal to n. And the term algebraic sum, we can use it more precisely when the particles are distributed in discrete manner, where you can count the number of particles. लेकिन जहाँ पे particles continuous manner में होगा, तो you can simply write an integration of dm, and that can be written in terms of capital M. Now, for this particular, I haven't given you too many particles. ये question है, see, I gave you students formulas for system of two particles, system of n number of particles, and for a rigid lambda. Nishant has put forward the answer. निशांत, मुझे बता कैसे आया तेरा ये आंसर?
So what I done was I took hydrogen position as 0,0 and CS position is 1.27, 0.
Okay.
And XUM will be the MH, the mass of hydrogen, into 0 plus mass of chlorine into 1.27 divided by 3.5 mH.
36.5. Total mass will be 36.5.
Yeah, 36. Yeah, 36.5.
So now you must have got 35.5 into 1.27 upon 36.5.
Oh, sorry. I forgot MH, but yeah, there should
But
be
what your approach is
mass of
absolutely
hydrogen.
correct. It's only mathematical mistake है निशान थोड़ा तू गाय में कर रहा था इसलिए अगर शायद मैं options दे देता अगर निशान मैं options दे देता तो you could have gone very straightforward for that answer. Students, what Nishant has done it is absolutely correct. अभी ध्यान से सुनना students कभी भी problems based on to center of mass करना है ना students so please listen carefully. First of all, select where do you want the particles to be. There are two methods of solving this. I gotta get now. Let me ask you: can COM and CG be concurrent? Yes, for point objects. Center of mass, where the entire mass of a body is supposed to be concentrated, and center of gravity, where the entire weight of a body is supposed to be concentrated. That's the difference between COM and CG. So COM and CG, are they one and the same? Can be considered same only for point mass objects. Agreed. Center of gravity always shift towards a heavier mass. Even COM also try to shift towards a heavier mass. जब यहाँ पे दिया है HCl molecule students, so सबसे पहले what exactly you do it, you try to figure out कि where exactly you want the HCl molecule to be placed. Now Nishant has placed it along x-axis. So one can place it along y-axis also, doesn't matter. I can put one molecule over here and one molecule over here. Doesn't one atom over here and one atom over here. उसका x coordinate में 0 ले सकता हूँ. अभी यहाँ पे देखो, yes, try to go for hydrogen over here. Okay, and chlorine is comparatively bigger in size. Okay, this is the nucleus of hydrogen and this is the nucleus of chlorine. Okay, so now if I say this is mass of hydrogen, mass of chlorine, what is the distance between the centers? We consider it's 1.27 angstrom is the distance. Now मुझे बताओ where exactly center of mass कहाँ पे होगा? तो तुम तुरंत बोलोगे सर chlorine heavier है ना? Chlorine अगर heavier है तो where exactly center of mass? So the center of mass will be closer to chlorine. I can consider in that case far away from hydrogen. Now suppose if I want to find out, अगर suppose मैंने ये question specifically दिया, center of mass of HCl molecule from hydrogen, अगर मैंने ये question दिया examination में, तो please try to take this as variable x. ये distance को x ले लो, समझ में आ रहा है? तो दूसरा क्या हो जाएगा? दूसरा हो जाएगा 1.27 minus x. क्या ये clear हुआ students? Students, is this clear to all of you all? हाँ या ना?
Yes, sir.
Nishant, you have understood and you are only speaking yes. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yes.
Swapnil is saying it. Okay. Okay, fine. And please, I'm not reading those texts and all, please. Okay, if you want to unmute yourself. Otherwise, zip, doesn't matter. Students, अभी देखो मैंने हाइड्रोजन से मैंने x लिया. अगर सपोज मैंने ये क्वेश्चन क्लोरीन से लिया होता ना तो मैं यहाँ पे x लेता स्टूडेंट्स. यानी वो ध्यान से रीड करना, तुम्हें फाइनल आंसर x मिलेगा. अभी यहाँ पे मैंने कुछ पूछा नहीं है तो तुम किसी को भी x ले सकते हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. Now if I happen to go for what are the coordinates, इसके coordinates 0,0 होगा, इसके coordinates क्या होगा 1.27, 0. So now can I say ये होगा x1 y1, this is x1 y1 और ये क्या होगा x2. Now can you tell me where are the two masses are placed? So the two masses are placed on the x-axis, तो उसका y-COM तो 0 ही आएगा. But of course उसका y coordinates को ना 0 है. So students, can I say anyhow your y-COM will be what? Simply 0. There is no center of mass along the y-axis. It will be along the x-axis and it will be closer to what? Chlorine. So can I go for only xum? Yes. What exactly the formula for xum? The formula will be what? m1x1 plus m2x2 upon m1 plus m2. ये formula दिया है कि नहीं दिया है? हाँ students, the position of center of mass is inversely proportional to mass of that particular body from that particle from that body we consider. तो ये तुम्हारा आ गया. अभी suppose मैं xum लेता हूँ. Suppose if I go for this is for hydrogen and this I'll go for chlorine. What is mass of hydrogen? I'll consider will be m. What is x1? I'm taking it as 0. What is mass of chlorine? So mass of chlorine is 35.5 times m. into what is actually x2 is 1.27 into 1.27 angstrom. The whole divided by what is the summation of two masses? So इसका 35.5 है और ये m है, तो can I say m plus 35.5 m? Therefore, what exactly xum? ये 0 होगा. So can I say this is 35.5 into 1.27 m upon 36.5 m. Is that clear? What is this answer? This answer is in angstrom. This is the answer. Now, when you solve multiple choice questions, students, तुम ऐसे दे, ये वाला आंसर देंगे. They might change this. क्या ये clear हुआ, students?
So I just checked in the calculator. In the end product, you'll get 1.2.
How can it be 1 point?
So 35.5 into 1.27 is equal to 40
ये
something
तुम्हारा आंसर.
point.
हाँ, ये 35.5 है ना, ये 36 है.
No,
So
the 35.5. Yeah.
So this will be around 0 point, and if I shift the decimal, it will be 12 by 5. 5 2s are 10. Okay, 12 by 4. So what exactly are getting it in terms of it? 0.9. 9 ones are 9. We'll get in terms of 1 point something. Isn't it?
Yeah, so 1.2 I got.
Yes, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Okay. Now, can you give some other way of approach also? So instantly, student will say, "Dance is an student say other method also." If in case if I want to go for other one also, sir, it's easy enough. Can I consider this a kind of a dumbbell? Students, इसको मैं dumbbell पकड़ सकता हूँ, क्यों नहीं? एक छोटा mass है, students. ठीक है? एक बड़ा mass है. If you happen to go for this a big mass, ये तुम्हारा hydrogen हुआ और ये तुम्हारा means can I say it's a kind of a dumbbell? I getting it? This is M1. This is M2. Where exactly the center of mass will be somewhere over here. So if I happen to go for, suppose if I consider center of gravity, यानी I'm keeping my knife edge. Students, अगर मैं knife edge यहाँ पर रहूंगा तो ये नीचे आएगा, है ना? एक सीसॉ की तरह देखो ना, सीसॉ की तरह देखो स्टूडेंट्स. ये हेवियर मास है, ये लाइटर मास है, तो तुम नाइफ एज को कहाँ पे रखोगे? ये यहाँ पे जहाँ पे इक्विलिब्रियम मेंटेन होना चाहिए, तो मैंने क्लोजर टू क्लोरीन रखूंगा मैं. ये तुम्हारा फलक्रम के हिसाब से हुआ. तो कैन आई से इट्स अ कांसेप्ट ऑफ टॉर्क कमिंग ओवर हियर, है ना? अगर सपोज ये इक्विलिब्रियम नहीं होता, तो कैन आई से दिस इज वन फोर्स इनटू परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस. So it's m1 into g and its perpendicular distance is x1. Can I say यहाँ पे m2 into g and its perpendicular distance is x2? Now, is the condition equilibrium? Yes. Is the condition equilibrium? Yes. So what exactly algebraic sum of total moment of force about this will be equal to 0? Can I find out this position? Why not? Students will have learned the concept of torque. What exactly torque is? One force into perpendicular distance. So can I say torque in anti-clockwise direction is equal to torque in clockwise direction? The answer is, students, torque in anti-clockwise direction is equal to torque in clockwise direction. What exactly torque in anti-clockwise direction? It is one force into perpendicular distance. This is one force into perpendicular distance. G is getting cancelled. I getting it? I need to get x1. I need to get x1. Can I get the value of x1? Yes, x1 is the center of mass from which atom? Hydrogen. What is m2? Mass of chlorine I'll consider in this case. I getting it? I can consider in terms of mass of chlorine I can consider. What exactly the mass of chlorine I'm getting it in this case? So mass of chlorine, what exactly I'm going to consider will be, so it's 35.5. Agreed? Into x2. Are you getting it? Is this clear, students? तो अगर तुम यहाँ पे देखोगे स्टूडेंट्स, ये क्या है? मास ऑफ हाइड्रोजन होगा. ये x1 को मैं x पकड़ता हूँ. लेट मी पुट इन दिस मैनर टू मेक इट मोर इजियर. m2 क्या है? मास ऑफ क्लोरीन, स्टूडेंट्स. Agreed? So can I say this is 35.5 times mass of hydrogen? Agreed? What is x2? What is the total distance given to you? What is total distance given to you? So can I put this as 1.27 minus x? क्या ये clear हुआ students? Students, क्या ये clear हुआ everybody?
Yes.
Just hold on, students. Students, are you understanding what am I trying to do? Students, मैंने ये torque का concept लिया यहाँ पे देखो ना. It is torque in anti-clockwise direction is torque in clockwise direction. What is torque? Torque is one force into perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. ये भी one force into perpendicular distance from axis of rotation. So m1 x1 is equal to m2 x2. m1 is mass of hydrogen. x1 मुझे x चाहिए. ये आंसर मुझे आना चाहिए. और ये हम लोग ने x फाइंड आउट करने के लिए बोला था स्टूडेंट्स. From hydrogen I'm taking it. M2 क्या mass of chlorine? What is mass of chlorine? 35.5 times we consider mass of hydrogen. What is x2? X2 will be 1.27 minus x. Now can I solve and get the value of x? Students. So now see, multiply this into this into this. Make x is the subject. Make x is a subject. You will get this answer. Students, is this clear to all of you all? Solve this.
Yes,
Solve this. Mx is equal to 35.5 m into 1.27 minus 35.5 m into x. Take x on the other side. Mx plus 35.5 times m into x is equal to 35.5 into 1.27 into m. Can I get the value of x? Yes. So देखो numerator ये आ गया. Denominator क्या होगा? 35.5 plus 1 will be how much? 36.5. M will get cancelled. Students, यानी are you trying to understand what am I trying to do over here? मैंने ये question COM के हिसाब से भी लिया और ये question मैंने center of gravity के हिसाब से भी लिया. और दोनों केस में मेरा आंसर सेम क्यों आ रहा है? What is the reason behind it? Because both of them I'll consider to be a somehow point mass. In comparison, where am I performing this experiment? On the Earth's surface. यानी स्टूडेंट्स ध्यान से सुनना. Somewhere or the other, suppose if you get stuck up with respect to XCOM and YCOM, you can use this pattern of solving also, students. लेकिन यहाँ पे मैंने क्या किया है? टॉर्क इन एंटी क्लॉकवाइज और ये एक डंबल की तरह ले लिया स्टूडेंट्स. एक छोटा मास और एक बड़ा मास ले लिया बस. और ये रॉड को मैंने अज्यूम किया कि मासलेस है. एंड इन बोथ द केसेस अगर तुम इसको मैथमेटिकली सॉल्व करोगे तो ये आंसर इससे मैच होगा. इज दिस क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू स्टूडेंट्स? Friends, is it clear? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, friends, an identical question of this kind, friends. Now, so the question is, try to solve this question, friends. A carbon dioxide molecule, students, given to you, it's a carbon dioxide molecule, CO. Okay, The center of mass is at a distance of 0.68 nanometer. ध्यान से सुनना. Center of mass is at a distance of 0.068 nanometer. Okay. From carbon atom.
6, 8 or 6?
0.068. 0.068 nanometer from carbon atom. Students, from carbon atom. My question to you is, the separation between the nuclei of carbon and oxygen is, find separation between I want to find out this D. Hope the question is clear. You can keep your answer in fraction, students, okay? You can keep your answer in fraction, students, doesn't matter. I repeat, students, given to you in carbon monoxide molecule, students, the center of mass is at a distance of 0.068. Okay, nanometer from carbon atom, students. The separation between nuclei of carbon and oxygen is. I wanted to find out the distance between carbon and oxygen is, students. Students, अभी यही मैंने क्या पे दिया, मैंने टोटली ऑपोजिट दे दिया. वहां पे मैंने COM पूछा था, यहाँ पे मैंने COM दिया है और फिर मैंने क्या पूछा, डिस्टेंस. वहां पे डिस्टेंस
So
दिया
what is
था.
the weight?
Pardon? Now you should know it. You are in chemistry.
Oh, so you have to take this also.
Naughty boy. Why should I tell you about this? You should know. That means you have to be good in mystery of chemicals also to get your answers correct. Yes, anybody?
That's all me.
Okay. Come on, Swapnil, Mayank, Ashwita. It's only Nishant is answering. Smith is not there. Last lecture also, last 20-25 minutes, Smith was out. Jason, are you there in lectures? Jason, are you there in lectures? Yes, students, can you get the answer, students? Anybody? Okay, students, your Nishant, yeah, follow.
So
Yes.
from C atom, so I have taken carbon as origin. In that.
You have taken carbon at origin. Okay. Now, which one is heavier, carbon or oxygen?
Oxygen.
Carbon is lighter, oxygen is heavier. Carbon, students, what exactly the mass of carbon and what is the mass of oxygen? You see, when I speak about mass of carbon, that means the entire mass of an atom is concentrated at the center, and that is the number of nucleons. Carbon के अंदर क्या होता है? 6 protons, 6 neutrons. So what exactly the mass of carbon we consider is your M1 will be equal to 12. And if the mass of carbon is measured in gram, it is called as gram molecular weight. है ना? ये क्या है? Oxygen. 8 protons, 8 neutrons. So what exactly it is? 16 gram molecular weight. So 16 grams and this is 12 grams. Take it in that way. समझ में आ रहा है students? पूरा mass concentrated at the geometrical center है. अभी तुम्हें क्या दिया है? The center of mass is at a distance of 0.068 nanometer from carbon. So from carbon, of course, it's heavier. तो ये यहाँ से दूरी पे दिया है. This distance is given to us how much? This is 0.068 nanometer. Let us say the total distance over here is d. Agreed? This much is known to you. Yes, Swapnil, carry on.
The distance from COM to oxygen I have taken is x.
Okay, C to oxygen you've taken
No,
as X.
COM. COM.
Okay. Okay. Now
We already know that COM is 0.068 nanometer. 0.068 is equals to, I have put up that formula only, 12 into 0 plus 16 into x upon sum of mass, which is 12 plus 16.
okay,
So I've
fine.
got 16x by 28. So
Okay.
x
Now-
is equals
now-
to 0.
Absolutely correct. Students, he has gone for coordinates. अभी देखो कार्बन के coordinates क्या होगा? 0,0 होगा. इसके coordinate क्या होगा? x,0 होगा. You have taken these coordinates. This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Agreed?
Yes.
हाँ. Okay. So what exactly x2m का formula क्या है? x2m का formula क्या है? It's m1 x1 plus m2 x2 upon m1 plus m2 students. What about ycum? So the particles are not along y-axis. And what is xcum is given to you? This value is given to you 0.068. How much is mass of carbon is 12. What exactly its distance I'll consider? X1 is 0 plus m2 is equal to how much? 16. What is x2? X2 is x upon m1 plus m2, 12 plus 16. Friends, can you get the value of x? So solving it, what exactly you get the answer as? 0.068 into 10, 20, 28 divided by 16 is equal to x, and this answer will be nanometer. है ना? 4 4s are 16, 4 4s are 16, 4 7s are 28. Since if I solve further, 0.041s are 4, 5 6, 4 7s are 28, 7 7s are 49, 7 1s are 7, 7 and 4 is 11, 1, 0.199 nanometer. Is this the answer you got it, Nishant? It seems.
Yes, sir.
Yes, 0.199119. Students, क्या ये clear हुआ students आपको? YCM तो है ही नहीं, उसका XCM ही दिया है ना students, center of mass. क्योंकि मैंने कहाँ पे रखा है? X axis पे रखा है students. Agreed? Now can I use the same formula? Torque का भी है M1 x1 M2 x2 और फिर I can add them, doesn't matter. You can go for that also. Can I erase the students? इस पे erase कर सकता हूँ मैं? Students, can I erase it? Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir,
Yeah,
we
बोलो.
found out X, right? But question was to find D.
Oh my dear, that is only D. Yeah. When I was speaking about it, Swapnil took it as instead of what do you call X, he picked up as I picked up as D. He found out he took it as X. Are you getting it?
Okay, sir.
Ashmita, did you get it? I picked up the distance between them was D, but when Swapnil was following it, he picked it up as X. Okay, so he told me to
Okay, sir.
use
Okay.
variable X. And you can go for either of it. You can go for concept with respect to torque also. You can go for concept with respect to COM also. Okay, students, just put on the next question, students.
Yes.
Put on the next question, students. I'm just reiterating this, okay? Students, given to you is 4 particles. If possible, you can write down in short also. Students, 4 particles of masses M, comma, M, comma, 2M, comma, 2M. I repeat, 4 particles of masses M, comma, 2M, and 2M are placed at 4 corners of a square of side A. Are placed at 4 corners of a square of side A. I want you to find out, students, the center of mass of system is. Find out the center of mass of the system. Students, is the question clear to all of you all? Students, is the question clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I repeat, 4 particles of masses M, 2M, and 2M are placed at 4 corners. Are placed at 4 corners of a square of side A, small a. The center of mass of system is. Yes, anyone? Coordinates I wanted. Nishant has given the answer. Nishant, the y coordinate is not proper. Huh?
I'll check it 1 minute.
Just check it properly. Since 4 masses are given to you, I'm just trying to look at the 4 masses. Students, it's given to you as M at 4 corners of a square. Students, Now, if I happen to go with respect to the coordinates, students, if I place one of them along the x-axis, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, students. So what are the coordinates of this? This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Agreed? Or I can take this as x2, y2, taking this as my second particle, first particle, second particle, students. This is what my third particle, I can go for it. I can consider this as my x3, y3. And this I can consider as x4, y4, fourth particle. Students, iske coordinates kya hoga? 0, 0. What is the side of the square given to you, students? It's A. Agreed? The side of the square is A, students. So now what exactly this will be? Iske coordinates, what exactly I'll consider? So it will be 0, A. What are the coordinates for this? It will be A, A. And over here will be A, 0. Yes, Nishant, absolutely correct. So now, students, if I happen to go for XUM, what exactly XUM ka formula will be what? It will be M1x1 plus M2x2 plus M3x3 plus M4x4. Are you getting the rest of the students? Upon M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4. And these are X coordinate. What about YCUM? What is YCUM, students? YCUM will be equal to 0. No, you will get YCUM because the particles are placed in XY plane. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा? It will be M1y1 plus M2y2 plus M3y3 plus M4y4 upon M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4. Is this clear to all the students in the group? हाँ students, क्या ये clear हुआ students? Everyone? Now can you get an answer? See, the coordinates are given to you. X1 का coordinate students क्या लिखोगे? यहाँ पे 0 लिखोगे. X2 के क्या लिखोगे? So X2 is also 0. X3 क्या लिखोगे? A. X4 को क्या लिखोगे? It's A. Can you solve this part? Yes. Same thing यहाँ पे Y1 क्या होगा? 0. Y2 क्या होगा? A. Y3 is also A and Y4 is 0. So what is the answer for this? What is the XUM will get it as? 2A/3. और स्टूडेंट्स मैंने इसको वेक्टर में नहीं लिखा इसलिए 2A/3 लिखा. अगर मैं इसको XUM and actually you have to put down in vector notation. XUM is what? I can. What is YCUM if I want to write down? Then what is my answer will be in terms of A/2. J cap. M will get cancelled. How many students is getting this answer, students? 2A/3 and A/2. Please raise your hands. Those students who are getting the answers, please raise your hand. How many people are getting this answer? Just Nishant has got it. Anybody else? Swapnil has got it. 2 students have already got it. What about others? Why like that? Alisha, you're not getting it. Ashmita, you're not getting it. Devesh, you're not getting it. Krisha, you didn't get it. Mayank, what about you? Ria, Shub. Can I erase this, students? Can I erase this, students? Can I erase this? Students, what is the strength of this batch? How many students are there in this batch, students? Students, normally how many students are there?
Yes, sir.
Swapnil, what you said it, I didn't hear you. Or your sound wasn't there. I asked how many students are there in this particular batch. That's what it is.
Sir, around 28, I guess, because the CET batch is separated now.
Okay. Okay, students, now please pay attention. Now, when you speak about the next question, students, next question I'm giving it to you. Okay, just try to get the answer for this, and I want in terms of unit vector. ये मेरे को answer चाहिए in terms of unit vector, students. Giving to you students, three particles each of mass m are placed at corners of a right-angled triangle. Okay, three particles are placed at the corners of a right-angled triangle, students. This is a right-angled triangle. Okay, and three particles are placed at the corners of right-angled triangle, students. Okay, and the mass of each particle we consider is m. Let me take this as O, this is A, and this is B. So there is a particle over here, there's a particle over here, and there's a particle over here. Okay, the distance of the perpendicular side is given to you as A, and this perpendicular side is given to you as B. Okay, students. My question to you, students, what is the position of center of mass? Position of COM of system.
All same weight, right?
Yeah, same mass, all are same mass, but they are placed at three corners of an right angle triangle, and the sides of the right angle triangle are given to us A and B. It's a kind of a right angle scalene triangle, you can, but you can not a scalene, a right angle triangle. I want in terms of I and G, students. Yes, anyone? T by 3 plus B by 3. Absolutely correct. Nishant has got the answer. Anybody else? I want one more person to just put forward his answer. Anybody else? Absolutely correct. Ashwita has also got it correct. Yes, Ashwita, can you tell me how to go about this?
Yes, sir.
Golo?
So coordinates of first particle M is 0, 0. So
Okay,
the
so we take it in an XY
90
plane.
degree part of O.
Okay. So this will be,
Yes,
is
sir.
this your first particle you're taking?
Yes, sir. It is 0, 0. I'll take it as origin.
X1, Y1, X1, Y1 is 0, 0. Which is the second particle you're taking? X2, Y2?
So the right side one.
Okay, so she's taking this as the second particle.
A, 0.
X2, Y2 will be equal to A,
Yes, sir.
0. Absolutely correct. And this will be, she's taking as a third particle
Third
of mass
coordinate is 0, B.
X3, Y3. And what exactly it will be? 0, comma B.
0, comma
And what's
B.
the formula? Yes, what's the formula of XUM and YCUM?
XUM is M into 0,
Okay, M1
M into
X1,
X1 plus
M2
M2
X2
X2
plus M3 X3, enough,
upon 3M.
upon 3M. So this answer you'll get it as what? A by 3.
A by 3.
In terms of vector, if I say A by 3R. YCUM, M1
M1
Y1,
Y1 My2 plus My3 upon 3M.
okay, plus
0.
M into B
M
upon
into
A.
3M.
Is it?
That
So
is
this
B
will
by
be B
3 J cap.
absolutely correct. Okay, absolutely correct. Swapnil is also correct. Students, the next question. Now, students, the question is 3 particles of mass 1, 2, and 3. Okay, students, listen carefully. 3 particles of mass 1 kilogram, 2 kilogram, and 3 kilogram. Okay. Okay. 1 kilogram, 2 kilogram, and 3 kilograms. Okay, are placed at 3 corners of equilateral triangle. Students are placed at 3 corners of an equilateral triangle, students. Side 2 meter. Find center of mass of the system. So is the question clear? So 3 particles are given to you at 3 corners of an equilateral triangle. Masses are given to you as 1, 2, and 3. Agreed. So I'll consider. I'll give you the diagram accordingly in this case. 1, 2, and 3 students. Okay. Masses are given to you. Side is 2 centimeter. So 2 meter. I want center of mass of the system. One more question I need to find out, students. I want you to find out magnitude of RCOM also. ये clear हुआ, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Get me the answer of magnitude of RCOM, position vector of center of mass. And you can keep your answer in fraction, doesn't matter. So it's enough of questions you're practicing on center of mass. Huh? So you should not have any problems now to go ahead with the questions. Yes, anybody?
Sir, I'll send you that.
Swapnil, no idea. And did you find out RCUM?
Finding.
Okay, now let me tell you students, ये तुम्हारा जब भी diagram, if you have to consider students, this is X and Y.
1
This
minute.
is over.
Side is 2 meter, right? Okay, fine.
It's 2 meter.
I didn't see that, so I put everything as A.
Okay, it's an equilateral triangle. So I've taken the first
So,
mass and the origin. Second
so
mass is over. Yeah.
rather than taking the 1 kg in origin, I took 3 kgs in origin. So 3 into 0 will become 0.
Okay,
That's
then your answer might change. I will the answer is students. Everyone can put forward there because अगर मैंने यहाँ पे 1 ले लिया, 2 लिया, 3 लिया तो students देखो यहाँ पे मेरा मास ज्यादा है तो my center of mass will shift in this case. अगर तुमने यहाँ पे 3 और 2 लिएगा तो coordinates उस तरफ चला जाएगा. Are you getting it? So the answers might vary. Agreed?
Yes, sir. So should I do it in your coordinates? 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, try to go for. Try to go. So Swapnil, have you taken this? Go for this.
So I have to 0 as x1, y1, 3 as x2, y2, and 2 as x3, y3.
That means you've taken the same x1, y1. This is x2, y2.
So I have
And
taken that as x3, y3.
Yes. So ये 3 kilograms है. ये 1 kilogram है और ये 2 kilogram है. This is M1. This is M2. And this is M3. Now students, can you give me the coordinates? इसका x1 का क्या है? 0, 0 होगा. What is the side of an equilateral triangle is given to how much? 2 meters. So this is known to you as 2 meter. This is also 2 meter. This is also 2 meter. Now solve it, students, please. ये थोड़ा सा कैलकुलेटिव होगा स्टूडेंट्स. So Swapnil, you recheck your coordinates once again. Come on, the rest of them, Ashmita, Mayank, Riya. Friends, look at the coordinates which I'm giving it to you. Okay, चलो x1, y1 का तो 0, 0 आ गया. ये mass 1 है.
Sir, I got it first answer.
Okay. Can you tell me the coordinates of M3, x3, y3?
I took it as 2, 0.
Absolutely correct. 2, 0. And what are the coordinates of x2, y2 over here?
Root 3, 1.
Yes, students. ये था ना, ये perpendicular हुआ. ये 1 है. And this is root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse. So this is 3, root 3. So now
What I
if I
done was I done a simpler method. What I done was I actually resolved the vector of 2 meters into 2 parts.
Yes.
Because the equilateral triangle has an angle of 60 degrees, I resolved into 2 parts. Cos
Yes.
theta is equal to fx.
Absolutely correct. And the lower standard stuff speaks about side opposite is 60 degrees is root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse. And side to of 30 degrees is half the hypotenuse. 30, 60, 90 triangle. Students, you have learned it in your class 8, 9, 10, 10th. Okay, so root 3 upon 2. तो ये क्या होगा तुम्हारा x coordinate क्या होगा 1 और y coordinate 2. Now looking at this, what exactly you should get the answer as? Now can you get the XUM? Students, what exactly XUM will get it as? Students, your XUM will be equal to what? M1 x1 plus M2 x2 plus M3 x3 upon M1 plus M2 plus M3. So students, this is XUM is how much? This is 2 plus 3 to the 6, 6 plus 2, 8 by 3, 4, 5, and 1, 6. So that is 2 4s and 2 3s. So we can say 4 by 3i. That is your XUM. What is YCUM? We'll get it as? Your YCUM, I'm getting it as what? M1 Y1 plus M2. Y2 is how much? Root 3 plus M3, and Y3 is 0 upon M1 plus M2 plus M3. So what is your YCUM? I'm getting it as? This is 0. So this is 2 root 3 divided by 3, 4, 5, and 6. So can I say this is root 3 by 3 J cap? So students, now if I happen to go for what are the coordinates of XUM and YCUM? Students, the XUM and YCUM is 4 by 3 and root 3 by 3. Agreed? Yani, if I happen to go for it, students, my center of mass of the system, if I happen to consider, okay, if I happen to go 4 by 3, that means it's 1 point something, 1 point something over here. And this is root 3 by 3. That is something that means I'm having my XUM and YCUM. Students, ध्यान से सुनना. Everybody listen carefully. ये तुम्हारा center of mass of the system है. यहाँ पे इसके coordinates है XUM and YCUM. मैंने पूछा RCUM का magnitude. यानी I asked you the distance of the center of mass from the origin. Students, did you get it? That means what did I try to find out? I'm telling you to find out distance. ये तुम्हारा center of mass मिल गया है, तुम्हारा x और y मिल गया है यहाँ पे, और ये r है. So what exactly RCOM? The distance. So magnitude क्या होगा? Under root x square plus y square. क्या ये clear हुआ? This is y and this is x. Is this clear, students? Is this clear to all of you all? Students, are you all getting it? Understanding or not?
Yes.
A doubt.
Yeah.
You took M2's coordinates as 1 comma root 3, right? But it should be root 3 comma 1.
No, my dear. It's x coordinate. And this is the y coordinate.
Yeah, so it
X
should be root 3, right? Root 3 comma 1.
And y coordinate is root 3. X comma y, na? So 1 comma root 3.
Okay, wait.
1 comma root 3. निशांत, ये
Yeah.
तुम्हारा, ये x और y है. If I'm locating M2 over here, can you tell me what is the distance of M2 we consider? Can you give me x comma y for M2? Huh?
Yeah.
So what exactly distance of M2 we consider?
2
X
meter.
X coordinate is how much? And how much is the y coordinate?
Okay, okay. It is fine. Understood.
Equation of x axis is y is equal to 0 and equation of y axis is x is equal to 0. So Apnil, is it clear now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Ashmita, what about you? Now is it clear? Ashmita?
So what is the magnitude?
Now if I happen to go for magnitude, देखो under root क्या आएगा? इसको solve करना है. ये होगा 4/3 the whole square plus root 3/3 the whole square. मैंने बोला keep it in fraction. तो ये कितना होगा? 16/9. 16/9 plus 3/9. So what is 16/9 plus 3/9? So 16, 17, 18, 19, 19/9. Root of 19/9 is your answer. That millimeter. Agreed?
Yes.
Students, can I erase this now? Nishant, is it clear to you now?
So see, I took the x coordinate as 2 into cos 60. So
Ah.
cos 60.
Cos 60 is half.
Got it. Mistake. Finally.
You took root 3/2, na? Cos 60?
Yeah. I took it as root 3/2, and then I took it. Okay, fine, understood.
So इसको टॉर्क वाले से भी कर सकते हैं ना?
हाँ, किससे स्वप्न?
टॉर्क वाले से.
हाँ, देखो one thing, ये तुम्हारा एक सिंपल तुमने स्टूडेंट्स पढ़ा हुआ है. He is trying to go for resolving. स्टूडेंट्स जब भी तुम्हें कोई 30, 60, 90 ट्रायंगल देते हैं तो तुमने पढ़ा हुआ है. Side of 30 degrees is always half the hypotenuse. And side of 60 degrees is always root 3 times the hypotenuse. 3/2 times the hypotenuse. ये सबको पता है. अगर वही मुझे चाहिए in terms of components, तो मैं इसी को अगर मैं लेता हूँ तो मेरा vertical हुआ या horizontal हुआ. ये cos component हो गया या sin component हो गया. I can get my answer in this case. Agreed? तो यहाँ पे sin of 30 क्या हो जाएगा? हाफ. मुझे ये 1 मिलेगा करके, और यहाँ पे sin of 30 will be root 3/2. ये तो ना. अगर मैं 30 लेता हूँ स्टूडेंट्स, ये क्या होगा? Cos of 30. What is cos of 30? Root 3/2. So root 3/2 into 2 कैंसिल हो जाएगा तो root 3 आ गया. ये क्या हो जाएगा? कंपोनेंट, वर्टिकल कंपोनेंट क्या होगा? sin 30, and sin 30 is half into hypotenuse 1 आ गया. तो एक्चुअली 30, 60, 90 थ्योरम में ही है जो तुम लोगों ने लोअर स्टैंडर्ड पढ़ा है. दूसरा तुम्हारा आइसोसेलेस ट्रायंगल है, ये भी तुम्हें पता है. 45, 45, 90 होगा तो 1 root 2 हमेशा लेना है बस. और एक मैंने मैजिक ट्रायंगल दिया 37 डिग्रीज एंड 53, 3, 4, 5 ट्रिपलेट्स. So students, when they
I
give you
got the answer as 1.33 roughly. I estimated because I
fine.
couldn't do it.
Okay. Because this becomes 9 2s are 18, so you will get root of 2, and root of 2 is 1 point. Root 2 is 1.414, so you will get the answer in greater than 1.4 somewhere. See, if I go for 19/9, students, 19/9 का आंसर क्या होगा? 9 2s are 18, so root of 2 point something. Students, root of 2 point something, and what is root 2? 1.414. Perfect answer of root 2. 2 point something यानी 1.4 से greater आएगा, 1.414 से greater आएगा. So then you have to check your options accordingly. कौन सा 1.41 से, and they'll give you the answer in this way: 1.1, 1.43, 1.53, 1.63. So 1.43 is your answer. It's like that. Can I erase this, students? इसको erase कर दो अभी.
Yes, sir.
Okay, students. Now we'll go for certain mathematical formula, students, which you need to keep in mind, students. Okay. So there are certain formulas which you have to memorize, students. Okay. Any center of mass. Abhi, what am I trying to tell you? Center of mass for certain rigid symmetrical objects. Okay. So now we'll be going for students center of mass of rigid uniform symmetrical objects. Friends, if I happen to go for symmetrical objects, then certainly it will lie along the symmetry itself only, students. The center of mass will be always along the symmetry, students. It will lie along the axis all the time, students. Okay. Now we'll be going for center of mass of rigid uniform symmetrical object. Let us go for the first one. Suppose if I happen to give you the certain relation, students, if I happen to give you for a thin uniform since if I happen to go for thin uniform rigid rod, then can you tell me, students, where exactly a center of mass for such a thin uniform rigid rod will be? Anybody can tell me? ये तुम्हारा rod है, students. Thickness negligible है, students. Thickness is negligible. Length of the rod is L.
L/2.
Absolutely correct. So can I say इसका center of mass क्या होगा? उसका center of mass will be equal to, can I say it's L/2, 0, 0. Because students have placed it along the horizontal axis. तो उसके बाकी के coordinates तो 0 होगा. ये क्या होगा? सर ये होगा XCUM. ये क्या है? YCUM. ये क्या है? ZCUM. लेकिन since I'm placing the rod along horizontal axis, so I'll get only XCUM, it's YCUM and ZCUM will be 0. क्या ये clear हुआ, students? For rigid uniform rod, this is what the center of mass is. Now suppose if I want to get the relation, how do I get it, students? एक short derivation में इसका बता देता हूँ, students, because at times we will get certain multiple choice questions where you need to go for certain integration part of it. अगर students किसी ने पूछा find out the center of mass for a thin uniform rod, students, so my answer should be L/2. तो how do you go about? तो हम ये assume करेंगे कि ये जो rod को है, students, I've placed it along which axis? Students, I've placed this particular rod on x-axis, okay, and the length of the rod is L. Okay, this is what your entire rod is. Okay, this is the entire rod. Of length L. I want to find out center of mass of such a rod we consider. So before going for it, students, let us say that how is the mass distributed? Students, do keep in mind, whenever we try to speak about distribution of mass, students, distribution can mass be along the length, along the area, along the volume. So यहाँ पे जो mass distributed है, it's distributed along the length, and that is called as, students, listen carefully, that is called as linear mass density. Students, so what is linear mass density is denoted by variable lambda. What is linear mass density is actually the ratio of mass per unit length. Let us say that the entire rod, students, let us say that the entire rod has a mass m. Let us say that the rod has mass capital M. The rod has length capital L. So what is mass per unit length we consider is m/L. What exactly the unit of this will be? Kilogram meter inverse. यानी ये lambda और ये throughout constant रहेगा, students. Mass per unit length is constant throughout the length of the rod. यानी अगर मैं एक छोटा सा section भी ले लूँ ना, students. Suppose इसी rod का अगर मैंने छोटा सा section लिया, students, if I happen to go for smallest section, let us take the smallest part of this particular rod. If I take the smallest part, let the smallest part I'll consider will be dm. Students, smallest part is what? Dm. What exactly its corresponding length? Dx. Corresponding length is dx. Where exactly this mass is placed? At a distance x. From where? From origin. In that case, students, what exactly lambda for this element pass also? So the lambda for element also will be equal to dm by dx. यानी अगर मैं कैपिटल नंबर एल का आंसर निकालूं या मैं डीएम एक छोटा सा मास इसमें से लिया है उसका लेंथ लेता हूं और उसका भी मैं रेशियो निकालूंगा स्टूडेंट्स, my answer will be exactly same. That is why the word stands uniform. Since whenever they give you the word uniform का मतलब क्या हुआ? The mass is uniformly distributed throughout the length. So lambda will be equal to what? So dm by dx can be written as what? I can also write in terms of m by l. Therefore, can I say what's the value of dm? So the value of dm will be equal to m by l into dx. Is this much clear to all of y'all? Students, is this clear to all of you all?
Yes, sir.
The rod is placed, the answer Sunna, the rod is placed, I've made the rod to place along x-axis, therefore I'm going to get only xum. If suppose somebody wants to place it along ycm, I'll get ycum, xum, zcum, 0 ho jayega, koi problem nahi. Now if I say the entire mass is of red capital M and the length is capital L, then how is the mass distributed? So the mass is uniformly distributed. So what exactly linear mass density is given by the formula? Mass per unit length, kilogram meter inverse. Now if I take a small element of this particular rod, एक छोटा सा इतना सा infinitesimal element, इतना सा element ले लेता हूँ students, तो उसका भी length बहुत ही छोटा होगा, तो उसका भी ratio इससे match होगा. Let us say that element is placed at distance x is equal to 0. Now how do I form a rod? Students, how do I form a rod? तो instantly students sir ऐसा करते हैं ना, ये जो mass है, ये जो mass है, आप ऐसा करो ना, ये जो mass है आप origin से लेते हुए, ये जो मास है आप ओरिजिन से लेते हुए उसको अलाइन करते रहो. एक छोटा सा एलिमेंट यहाँ पे रखा, फिर उसके बाजू में रखा, फिर उसके बाजू में रखा और उसको अलाइन करते रहो. कहां से? फ्रॉम x is equal to 0 to x is equal to capital L. Students, if I start aligning this small elements from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to capital L, don't you think so I can get the entire rod of length L? Yes. So what is this? X is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 will assign for its lower limit. What is x is equal to L will assign its upper limit. Oh, Yani sir, you'll be using integration. Integration from lower to upper. Why not? What exactly dm is? M by L into dx. What I need to find out? Sir, you need to find out the center of mass with respect to x-axis. So what exactly is the formula? Students, what is the formula for center of mass? Center of mass with respect to x coordinate, because y coordinate is 0. Can anybody tell me the formula for xum for the element part of it, students? What's the formula? What's the formula? Sir, xum के दो formulas हैं. एक है algebraic sum of mi xi upon algebraic sum of mi, where I equal to 1 to I equal to n. I equal to 1 to I equal to n. दूसरा आप ले सकते हो integration of dm into x 0 to m upon integration of dm. Yes, the integration of dm into x, I can go for upper limit and lower limit. यहाँ पे integration of dm 0 to m. अब मुझे ये बताओ स्टूडेंट्स, मुझे ये बताओ ये algebraic sum कभी यूज करोगे और integration कभी यूज करोगे? हाँ स्टूडेंट्स, हाँ स्टूडेंट्स. तो a student who has wisely
Yeah,
heard me
algebraic
say, सर ये discrete के लिए यूज करूंगा और ये continuous manner के लिए यूज करूंगा. तो यहाँ पे क्या मास डिस्क्रीट मैनर में है? क्या जो मैंने छोटे छोटे एलिमेंट्स मैंने अलाइन किए हैं, क्या वो डिस्क्रीट मैनर में है या कंटिन्यूस मैनर में है? सर कंटिन्यूस द मास इज यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड थ्रू आउट द लेंथ ऑफ द रॉड. तो यहाँ पे तो कंटिन्यूस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन आएगा. सर यहाँ पे अलजेब्रिक सम आएगा ही नहीं. तुम्हारा एक्सियम क्या होगा? इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ dm into x. Where is this mass? dm. Where exactly situated from origin? x upon integration of dm from 0 to capital M. क्या ये क्लियर हुआ स्टूडेंट्स? Students, is this clear to all of you all?
Yes.
Now when I try to put forward यहाँ पे, what exactly dm can be written in terms of? So dm is written as what? It's m by l into dx. I'm substituting dm, students, into x. अपॉन व्हाट, इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ dm। अगर मैं यहाँ पे लिमिट्स नहीं दिखाता तो यहाँ पे मैं बता सकता हूँ, ये देखो ना 0 to m हो जाएगा। यहाँ पे किसके लिमिट्स आएंगे, यहाँ पे मास के लिमिट्स नहीं आएंगे, यहाँ पे x के लिमिट्स आएंगे, बिकॉज x into dx है। कहाँ से शुरू करना है मुझे, एलिमेंट को कहाँ पे रखना है सर, x is equal to 0 to what, x is equal to l, तो कहना है this is 0 to l, we get the limits। So this is clear to all of you।
Yes, sir.
Now when you solve it, what exactly you're going to get it? So यहाँ पे if I happen to go for integration students, mass, so the entire rod का mass capital M है, entire rod का length दे रहे तो वो तो constant होगा, m by l बाहर आ जाएगा, integration of x into dx रहेगा, 0 to l हो जाएगा, ये integration of dm will be small m, 0 to capital M। So now if I happen to solve it, what exactly xum will be? So xum will be capital M ऊपर आएगा, नीचे आएगा l, इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ ये होगा तो इट विल बी कैपिटल M minus 0 अपर लिमिट minus लोअर लिमिट। व्हाट इज इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ x into dx?
x square divided by 2.
x square divided by 2, so this is into x square divided by 2। what is the lower limit, x is equal to 0 to x is equal to l। solving it further, this will be m upon ml into 2 बाहर आ जाएगा, अपर लिमिट क्या है, x को l स्क्वायर डाल दो माइनस x को 0 स्क्वायर डाल दो, m will get cancelled। so what exactly xum, xum will be equal to what sir, l square minus 0 square is l square, so when I say l square upon 2l, l will get cancelled, what's my answer, l by 2। this is your center of mass, for this is l by 2। yes। क्या सर इतना आप झंझट कर रहे हो, इंटीग्रेशन और ये और वो और कंटिन्यूस और डिस्क्रीट, सीधा सीधा हमें पता है कि रॉड यूनिफॉर्म है, लेंथ l है, तो l by 2 आंसर होगा। इतना क्यों झंझट कर रहे हो, है ना, इतना क्यों झंझट कर रहे हो स्टूडेंट्स। ये तो मैंने सिंपल ऑब्जेक्ट दिया है, अगर मैं थोड़ा सा भी ऑब्जेक्ट का शेप चेंज कर दूं, देन व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, देन यू नीड टू यूज दीज कांसेप्ट्स। और यहाँ पे मैंने वन डायमेंशनल अलाइनमेंट रखा है मास का। फ्रेंड्स वही अगर सपोज मैं एक सेमी सर्कुलर, सपोज अगर मैं सर्कुलर प्लेट लेता हूँ, प्लेट a 5 rupee coin, thickness negligible, so how is the mass distributed along the surface area? Students, so can you have distribution of mass? Yes students, distribution of mass can in 3 manners. Students, distribution of mass can be in 1 dimensional, can be in 2 dimensional, can be in 3 dimensional. If I try to distribute the mass along the length, then that is called as lambda, and this is simply mass per unit length. Can I distribute the mass along the area? Yes. That is sigma. What does sigma stands for? Mass per unit area. So I can write it as dm by ds. Small element upon its area. Can I distribute the mass along the volume? Yes, I can consider rho. So what exactly? Mass per unit volume, PV. इसका यूनिट क्या होगा सर, किलोग्राम मीटर इनवर्स। इसका यूनिट क्या होगा सर, इसका यूनिट किलोग्राम मीटर स्क्वायर इनवर्स। ये क्या होगा, किलोग्राम मीटर क्यूब इनवर्स। ओ यानी सर जब भी हम प्रॉब्लम्स भी सॉल्व करते हैं सेंटर ऑफ मास का, और जहां पे हमें डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ मास के हिसाब से देखना है, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई व्हाट काइंड ऑफ एन ऑब्जेक्ट इट इज, हाउ इज द मास डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड। यस, यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट फर्स्ट कि कैसे मास डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है। अगर मैंने वर्ड क्या यूज किया, थिन यूनिफॉर्म रॉड। थिन का मतलब क्या, थिकनेस नेग्लिजिबल। थिकनेस नेग्लिजिबल यानी मैंने वॉल्यूम तो लिया ही नहीं है, मैंने सिर्फ लेंथ लिया। And think as if the rod is, or the rod which I'm taking it is thickness of your hair. Thickness of your hair. So it's a simple rod. And how those masses are distributed very closely and compactly placed. Therefore, integration. Algebraic sum aayega nahi. What exactly xum? So integration of dm by x, integration of dm. What is ycum? Integration of dm by y, integration of dm नीचे आएगा. What is zcum? dm into z, integration of dm. वही अगर मैंने discrete के लिए पूछा तो algebraic sum of mi xi upon m, mi yi upon m, mi zi upon m. That's how you have to go for it. So what is exactly the center of mass for thin uniform broad students? The answer is L/2. क्या ये clear हुआ students?
Yes.
Students, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Can I erase it now? क्या मैं इसको erase कर सकता हूँ now? Students, can I erase it?
Yes.
Okay. So students, the variable lambda stands for linear mass density. The variable rho stands for volume mass density we consider. And sigma stands for area. Now for certain students, for certain objects, you should know it. Okay, this is a continuation of the same top heading, students. Center of mass for certain uniform objects, students. Is that clear? Suppose if I happen to go for a rectangular lamina, students, if I give you a rectangular lamina, okay, then what exactly center of mass will be? Point of intersection of the diagonal. Okay, this is rectangular lamina. Uniform, students. Please, I'm not writing now all uniform and rigid and all. You should understand that. Okay, if I happen to go for a square, point of intersection of the diagonal. Do keep this in mind, students. Okay, point of intersection of the diagonal. That's the center of mass. COM, COM. If I happen to go for a circular plate, students, think as if it's a circular plate, students. Okay, thickness negligible. So it's a geometrical center, students. It's a point of intersection of the diameter. Okay, that's the center of mass of a thin, uniform, circular plate. Okay, it's a geometrical center, students. Point of intersection of the diameter we consider. If I ask you for a thin, uniform, semicircular ring, students, thin, uniform, semicircular ring, यानी अगर मैंने थिन वायर दिया स्टूडेंट्स तो इसका सेंटर ऑफ मास क्या है? L/2 पे है ना? थिन यूनिफॉर्म रिंग रॉड के लिए अगर थिन, इसी को अगर मैंने सपोज रिंग में डाल दिया स्टूडेंट्स, इट्स इन दिस मैनर, इसी को मैंने बेंड कर दिया इन फॉर्म ऑफ अ सेमी सर्कल, then students, where exactly we find out? Then the mass is, students, where is the mass distributed? Mass is distributed towards the circumference. Center of mass will shift towards the circumference, students. Okay, so for thin uniform semicircular ring, students, the center of mass, this is the center of mass. The position of center of mass is, this is the center of the ring. Okay, at what height we consider? It is at a height of 2r upon pi, where r is a radius of the semicircle. Okay. So the answer for this will be, students, it's 2r upon 5. So for thin uniform semicircular ring, students, where exactly the center of mass is? The center of might is at a height of how much? 2r upon pi, students. If I give you thin, uniform, semicircular plate, students, ये है semicircular ring. Again, it's simply a thin wire. और इसका center of mass कहाँ पे, students? अगर तुम और precise, ये कौन से object है, students? ये सारे symmetrical objects हैं. तो this is the axis of symmetry, students. This is the axis of symmetry. So does the center of mass lies on the axis? Yes. So it is at a height. Answer how to state an answer. The center of mass for a thin uniform circular ring is at a height of 2r upon pi from the center of the ring on the axis. Am I getting it? And is on the symmetrical axis, students. ये ध्यान में रखना. Now, if I happen to go for thin uniform semicircular plate, then we're exactly for semicircular plate, students. So now, if I give you the same thing, but now it's a plate, students. ये 5 rupee coin में से सिर्फ आधा वाला मैंने निकाल दिया. ये पूरा plate है, students. It's entirely the entire mass is distributed throughout. ये हुआ center. This is radius. Where do you find out the distribution of masses? The distribution of masses again towards the periphery we consider. So यहाँ पे भी तुम्हारा center of masses. Of course, I can consider COM over here. So what exactly the height I'll consider will be 4r upon 3 pi, students. So for semicircular plate, or instead of plate, I can use the word disk. Where exactly the position of center of mass, students? The center of mass is along the axis or on the axis from the center at a height of how much? At a height of how much? 4r by 3 pi. Students, these are the formulas which you need to keep in mind, students. Do take care, students, when you are solving questions based onto this. If in case, if I happen to give you for a solid hemisphere, students, अगर मैंने solid hemisphere दे दिया, not a solid hemisphere, I'll consider. Yeah, let us go for solid hemisphere. If I say solid hemisphere, का मतलब क्या? Half part of it. Am I getting it? I'm going for solid hemisphere. Students, ये पूरा sphere है, तो मैं ये part को निकाल के, यानी I'm trying to go for this part. This is the part. So for solid hemisphere of radius r. So where exactly center of mass, students, is? Okay, center of mass is the students I can consider. Okay, so center of mass is at what distance, students? It will be at a height of 3r by 8. From where? From the center on the symmetrical axis. Okay, from center on symmetrical axis. So students, for solid hemisphere, h is equal to 3r by 8. For a thin uniform semicircular plate, 4r by 3 pi. For a semicircular ring, 2r by pi. For a thin uniform circular plate, geometrical center. Square plate, point of intersection of diagonal. Rectangular plate, point of intersection of the diagonal we consider. If I happen to go for a thin uniform rod, it's at a distance of L by 2. Now suppose if I happen to give you, so it's a semicircular uniform plate with inner and outer boundaries, यानी thickness दिया है, students. Please pay attention, this part. अगर suppose मैंने एक semicircular plate दिया है, students, और मैंने यहाँ पे thickness दिया है, ये है तुम्हारा center, students. Let us say the inner, students, the inner radius I consider will be equal to R1 and the outer I'll consider will be R2. ये मैं लेता हूँ, students, ये center है, इसको मैंने ले लिया है R1 और इसको मैं ले लिया हूँ R2, and this is what your semicircular. Students, this is a semicircular, not even a plate, not even a ring. This is semicircular annular plate. Annular plate का मतलब क्या? It has inner radius and outer radius. It has some thickness. It has some lamina. So now if I want to know where exactly the center of mass for such a system is, then what is the answer? Center of mass for this particular will be where? So the formula for this will be 4 by 3 pi. Listen carefully, students. 4 by 3 pi into bracket we consider is R2 square plus R1 square plus R1 into R2 upon R2 plus R1. So these are the formulas which a student should keep in mind while solving the questions based on the center of mass for different geometrical shape. I repeat, center of mass for this particular semicircular annular ring, inner radius R1, outer radius R2 students. So what's your answer? 4/3 pi R2 square plus R1 square plus R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. Are these mathematical formulas clear to all of you all?
Yes.
Can I erase the students? Students, can I erase it?
Yes, sir.
So please, friends, whenever you're learning it, please to learn these particular mathematical forms. Okay. Okay, students. In the next lecture, we'll be continuing further, students. Okay, a few of them I'm going to derive this relation also for all students. Okay. Now, next lecture, students will be going for removal of mass from a given rigid body and thus finding out the center of mass. Okay, those kind of questions. यानी तुम्हें कोई ऑब्जेक्ट देंगे स्टूडेंट्स, उसका सेंटर ऑफ मास तुम्हें पता है, अगर कुछ में से कुछ मास मैंने निकाल दिया, then what exactly is the center of mass of the remaining object? So we'll be going for those kind of questions in the next lectures. Okay, students, kindly revise these formulas. Okay, because we'll be using these formulas directly over there. Okay, next lecture will be continuing further.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye.